Week 8, like, in terms of fixtures for the Bulldogs, this one's always a huge one on the calendar. Like, what is the feeling like out of Good Friday?
Yeah, it is. It's always a big one. There's always a great turnout every year, and I actually have never won one, as part of the club. So, they're always special occasions, and hopefully this year it's more special getting a win.
Have you seen the crowd projection or anything like that about what they're talking for this week?
I have, and I was saying last week, I wish we didn't have the bye. I wish it was last week. So it's something as a player that it's a game that you circle and you get excited for. And I've been pumped. Everyone's already hit me up for tickets and everything. So I've exceeded that. I've been in a bit of dramas, but I'm pumped. Can't wait, and it's going to be a great turnout. So I can't wait.
I know you're going to get 62, pushing 70,000 to a Good Friday game, and what is a round 7 game. It's quite unbelievable to think about, right? Like, it's got a real finals feel about it.
It's crazy, and I didn't realise until watching the semi-final game back, it was the largest crowd attendance for its first week of semi-final. So I think it just shows, what a great club it is. Where the fans, they're so passionate for their team, and I think what's exciting is, given our success so far this year, it gives us opportunities to be in big games, and I think that's the best thing. The fans want big games, and us producing it and hopefully delivering, on big stages. It's awesome to be a part of, and it's something really special, and it's great to be a part of such a passionate club.
What do you reckon has been going so right for you guys this year? It's like, what do you put it down to?
I think it's a lot of things, but I think it's it's a process. I think it sounds cliche of sort of trusting the process, but it's coming in every day and getting better and being better, and I think that's the biggest thing, and I think that's probably the best thing about the sort of start of the year is there hasn't been any complacency each and every game, because there hasn't been any complacency at training. The boys, we show up every day and we try and get better, and I think that's been a great part of where we're going. Is we want to be consistent. We want to be consistent every day at training. We want to be consistent every day how we show up, and we want that sort of reflect in the game. So I think it sounds cliche. There's no easy fix. It's sort of showing up every day.
You talk about that consistency, and we'll get to the two guys who might be coming in, but to be 5-0, considering Matt Burton and the kick-out have been out since round 2, what does it say about the depth of this club and knowing that anyone can come in and the system is sound enough that people can come and do the job?
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think it puts that pressure on for positions. I think we showed signs of that last year. I remember missing 8 weeks for my wrist injury, and I think we won 7 from 8. So I know I was looking at coming back and run Massey, but I know coming back, it was. It puts pressure on me. I got to make sure if I'm putting the jersey on, I'm going out and doing the job, because it's someone that will. And I think I touched on it before, but it shows about where we're going as a club and what we're training, like how we're training, not just the 13 or the 17, but the whole squad. Our whole squad, our cup side, they're doing a great job at training. First of all, helping us train, and second of all, training hard, so when they do get that call, they take it with both hands, and it gives Cameron a positive headache, I guess, to have selection-wise.
So the goal was for those two to come back this week. Were they at training? Did they have a chance to be named?
Yeah, they were training today. I honestly wouldn't know. I try and ask the physios. There's new stuff coming in every day, so I don't know. I mean, we train today, so my best bet is I'd say yes, but see how we go.
Well, further on that, I watched the start of training. Berto looked like he's flying and looking back, but Kicks was training by himself. Is that an indication that he might not be there? But then you've spoken about the depth. It's not too much of a concern if he's missing.
Yeah, I think the naturally from the injury. I think Birdo was always a bit better. I think if we didn't have the bye, Birdo might have been back last week. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, and I think like I mentioned with my wrist injury last year, you know, it's such a luxury to have when the team's going well and players are filling in for your position really well. I think it gives, you know, Viliami less pressure, you know, on the sidelines, and we just want him to come back when he's right, you know. So if it's this week, if it's another 2 weeks, so be it. You know, we want to be doing our job, and you know, I think that's a luxury as well when you're winning and you've won previous games. You know, it's sort of the blokes who are injured, it doesn't sort of rush them back. So yeah, whatever the 17 will be, you know, we'll be confident coming in Friday.
Max, I don't know if you've seen, maybe not because you've been at training, but Lachlan Galvin's told the Tigers he won't be at the club after 2026. We know that Phil Gould's got a big rap on that bloke. Would you like to see him potentially at the Bulldogs one day?
Yeah, I mean, we're just touching on depth. Like it's a headache at the minute, you know. For like Bailey Hayward's coming in and playing six. Yeah, we've got young kids that have been doing a great job here. So, you know, it's out of my jurisdiction to be making those calls anyway. Otherwise, I'd just be signing myself up for $1 million. And so, yeah, I don't make those calls. Regardless of my opinion, I don't make those calls anyway. But as I said, our depth, you know, has been a massive part of us, and I just love where we're going as a club. So I'm excited for where we're moving and the players that are involved in this club at the minute.